Everybody, it's Tyler here with Behind the Bot. I'm here with team number 16634, S.P.E.C.T.E.R. And I'm here with Gavin and Jessica, and we're going to be focusing here on their robot. We're going to be talking about this cool they have here, interesting hopper mechanism, big star wheels, shooter, and of course a Wobble Go mechanism, all here on Behind the Bot.
Giving you a voice.
Making it loud our own way.
Welcome to the fun.
Hey FTC teams, championships may be canceled, but Ftc Reveal Night is still on, where you can create a 2-minute hype video to show off your team to the first community. Last year, dozens of teams submitted their robot hype video and thousands watched live as they were showcased. The event will take place on Saturday, April 24th, and submissions are due by Sunday, April 18th. Find out more information at firstupdatesnow.com/FTC Reveal 2021 or at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow. You can also directly support Fun by joining Fun Nation. Click the join button, and just for a few bucks a month, you'll unlock special perks and directly support us so we can keep making great content. So Gavin, we're going to start out here with the intake, kind of following that ring cycle all the way through. So tell me a little bit more about it and some of the design process behind it.
Yeah, so this is actually our fourth iteration of the intake that we made. We had, I guess, 3 other ones prior that all seemed to work, but not as consistently. This one, what we found was that the star wheels that we used to intake the rings seem to be able to grip onto the inside edges, and they're able to pull it up over that small ledge that we have. And that allows it to feed into the hopper system while also avoiding hitting that and getting stuck on the ledge.
So the robot looks like it's initializing here. Let's see it pick up on that. So on this kind of step of star intake, what other ideas did you come up with potentially for something like this?
So we had one. We also had some compliant wheel designs.
Sure.
That essentially used 1 or 2 rows of compliant wheels, and with the 1 row, we were just hoping it'd be able to pick it up into it. But what we found is that the rings were often getting stuck on on the ledge of the hopper system. So so then we tried moving on to 2 wheels, hoping that we'd have a bottom set of wheels that would be able to lift up the rings from the ground, and that would allow it to essentially get over that little ledge that we had.
Sure. Well, we're going to move over to Jessica, who's going to be talking about your hopper mechanism as it kind of transfers through. So Jessica, I'll have you grab that mic there. And just tell me about a little bit behind that design there. You kept going more with the star wheels, right? So tell me a little about some of your process and any motors you might be using, anything like that.
Yeah, so all the way from the start, we know we wanted a way from our shooter to, from our intake to our shooter, where we could have rings stop before they enter the shooter. And so what we started with was pretty much a flat piece of cardboard with our prototypes and trying different things to get it to the shooter.
Sure.
And so we ultimately decided the star wheels just because of how well they would get our rings to our shooter. But personally, I think the coolest part of that system is a servo motor with, we call it a safety.
Okay.
So you put it down when you're taking in the rings so that they don't go right into the wheels and fly out and don't really do much. So when you put it down and make sure the rings stay where they are, when you put it up, you can rev up your motors and they shoot out. And
is that a manual process you have to do each
Yes.
time? Okay. So you got to have good communication with your drivers to make sure that that happens right. I like that. That's cool to see that you have that safety in there. So we're going to move on to the shooter. Next, looks like you have 1 powered wheel and a passive wheel as well too. So Gavin, tell me a little bit more about what's going on there, and then we'll talk about the Wobble Go after.
Yeah, so our shooter uses Go build a 6,000 RPM motor that that essentially just allows us to shoot out the rings at a higher velocity than pretty much any other shooter would be able to go with. And so originally we did have 2 motors, but we wanted to allocate 1 more for a different subsystem we were going to end up building up. And also we found out that the other motor was just too powerful and ended up being unnecessary. So
yeah, having that passive wheel, we've actually seen a decent amount of teams go that route, and it actually seems to kind of stabilize the shot a little bit more too sometimes on that. So yeah, love to hear about that. How about the wheels themselves? It look like compliant wheel types. Was that your first choice of wheel, or how did you experiment with that?
That was actually our first choice of wheel, and we saw that it was used in a lot of shooters, and I think we originally just started testing with that. And we saw it seemed to work pretty well, so we just decided to go with that design as it seemed like the best, and it was already on the robot.
Sure. Well, we're going to finish up here with the Wobble Go mechanism. So go back to Jessica, talk a little bit about that. We'll see the Wobble Go hopefully pick up and show off that. Tell us a little bit about it, and let's show it off here.
Yeah, so our Wobble Go mechanism is so pre-game, we will load it in so that the arm sticky up part, I guess,
Sure.
will align with the edge of our robot and sit under the metal bar. And so the edge wobble part of the Wobble Go will stay on the outside of our robot. And so when we park on the white line, when we go to shoot, our intake system will flip down, and that will help the Wobble Go fall off the edge of our robot, along with the metal bar going outwards.
So we're seeing it loaded in here. Okay, I see now. So it loads in essentially, and then how do you essentially get it up and over?
So we actually don't have that part.
Sure.
We were working on it, but between our first qualifier and this qualifier, but we ran out of time, and it just wasn't as consistent and good as we wanted it to be.
Yeah, and I think your shooting has gone down pretty well, so it's okay to focus on something once and then keep iterating throughout the entire time, right? So, no doubt. Well, thank you once again, S.P.E.C.T.E.R, for telling us more about your robot here. Of course, here at the Lake Shore Qualifier, looking for big things out of your team. Good luck the rest of the way here.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. If you want more fun content, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. Watch our live shows at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow. Join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow and check out Fun FTC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and First Updates Now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. If you're on an FRC or FTC team and you're currently meeting safely in person and have a functional robot, we'd love to have you on our Behind the Bots or Behind the Bumper segments. Go ahead and reach out to us on any of our social channels, on Discord, or send us an email at admin@firstupdatesnow.com, and let's get your team scheduled to be on First Updates Now.